You post holiday pics, etc., and then someone just sends you a dick pic. Not only is that kind of intense, but also I know for some of my friends, they would feel uncomfortable then, like maybe like, oh, this is my
their content's being sexualized.
Yeah, they might be like, oh, I just thought this was a photo of me in a bikini, and then some guy sent me this. Also, what's the point
of what? Oh, sending a picture of your dick.
Like, what is that?
Welcome back to Offbeat. I'm Tommy McDonald. Today we're talking about guys that send unwanted dick pics to women and girls. It's what's known as cyberflashing. And it's one of those things that it sounds quite funny, and it's just kind of expected that if you're online, you're going to receive some. But it's actually quite a serious thing and has a really insidious effect on the women that receive them. But thankfully, countries like the UK and some American states have started to clamp down on it and create laws to combat it. In the UK, for example, you can now go to prison if you send an unwanted dick pic to a girl. Before we get into that, please remember to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any videos. Joining me today to talk about dick pics is Sabrina, Jade and Angell from Babestation. They're two models who have received plenty of dick pics in their private and professional lives over the years. Just want to say a big thanks to Babestation for hosting me and letting me record at their offices too. On this episode, you'll hear us talk about why men send dick pics. We're going to tell you when it's okay to actually send them, give you our opinion on the new laws, and we'll even give you some tips on how to make dick pics that actually look quite good. 1 in 3 women has been cyberflashed, according to research by the University of Leicester. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, 100.
100. As a man, I've been cyberflashed constantly.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's just because it's like, yeah.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They're like, any chance? And you're like, I want one of those.
I want one of those. Me, please. Me, please. Yeah. I mean, but we're in the industry. It's different. I don't know what it's like. I mean, before I was in the industry, I was literally underage. So
you were all pedophiles.
So you are listen here.
No, but
So
I feel like it was quite interesting because before moving into like online industry, it happened all the time. But for some reason in the online industry, like it happens all the time, but I monetize it. You know?
Yeah, I'm not.
You got all those like settings, you know, so it hides it. And then if it happens on my OnlyFans, I'm there like, I can't say anything about that until you send me money. You really want to know my opinion?
Gotta put tokens into activate.
Yeah, literally like activate me with coins.
No, I don't mind. Like if guys gonna send me dick pics from like a work account, I'm kind of, that's the space to do it, even if I don't respond and all of them go into like requests. Doing it to like a private citizen.
Yeah, well, I think, it's so squeaky, the chairs, aren't they?
I'm sorry.
But would you say that, because for me, I heard 1 in 3 and I thought, that sounds low.
I don't know. I haven't been an adult, not in the industry. I don't know.
When was that statistic taken? Because I feel like...
That was recently.
I think it depends.
Because I think it's only low because there are so many preventative measures. Like, for example, on Instagram, I think you can...
The request to message.
Yeah, the message request. You can like have it so it doesn't show photos. Unless you can, but back in the day, like 10 years ago, they didn't have that. I
think it's also like proportional to your online presence. If you're a woman and you don't have an online presence, there's nothing there for a guy to jerk off to.
Yeah, that's true. I forget a lot of people just don't have a profile.
Isn't it? It would have to be like, you have to remember it's proportional to how many women have an online presence. Obviously, there's no way to like properly account for that. But
and I thought maybe an age thing, because obviously, like my mum has probably never received one. But
why don't I? Have you asked her? Sorry, no.
Sorry. I put my mum on Tinder and she's been receiving some very, very interesting messages. I've had to explain to her what domination is, what cucking is. It's quite a lot.
On Tinder?
She's 65.
My mum's 70 and not on Tinder. So.
Yeah, my mum's 65. Can you imagine? She was there like, oh, it sounds like he's more for you. And I'm like, Mum, stop it.
This is like your kind of guy, Sabrina.
Do you want a third boyfriend?
But... So yeah, so I guess like how common is it? And I guess what's your experience with cyberflashing? I guess let's start from like before you got into the business.
I feel, well, before I got into business, I was like, I've always been in business since I basically turned 18. But I know, not to show off.
I remember those early days.
But like, I mean, before I did get dick pics, it just feels But it was interpersonal kind of stuff because I didn't have an online presence, you know. So it's like people you know or don't want to know.
Yeah, well, we are talking about that, the unsolicited ones, and I think it is like an issue where, when I was growing up, it wasn't an issue for girls or boys, but it became an issue once we became adults and the internet kind of became more mainstream.
So I'm really cruel, right? I've always had an online presence because I became a stripper like at the same time that you started the industry. So it's like I just would literally just post them on my story. And if someone sent me like some weird sex as well, I would literally just post it on my story. I'd like maybe put a little scribble over the dick. Yeah. But I just wouldn't reply and I'd
That's
post it on my story.
That's the thing as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask like how do you respond to them, or how did you used to respond to them?
Post it on my story.
I used
just be cruel.
When I was like, before I was in the industry, I just like ignore it or make fun of it. I usually just ignore it. But
God, you can tell we're dons, can't you? Oh, I post it on my story for a bit of public humiliation. I just tell him how fucking small that is.
Yeah, but
it sounds like it's like not such a dramatic thing for you
I think it's traumatic when it's interpersonal. I think once you have that, like when it's a guy you know and then he feels, because he has this space from you, he then has a place to put this on you. It really changes your like relationship dynamic. I don't know. I don't speak to, personally, that's the only time I've found it like,
again, it's
upsetting.
Like, it's like having an online presence as well. Like it's almost like, it's not comparable to trolls, but like you expect the occasional troll. Like you,
I think we're really bad people to ask, honestly, because we're not gonna like we're just like, oh.
True, but we all know like,
but I think
civilians
as
well, right?
Yeah,
we all
and
know
that's
civilians.
the thing. I think as well. So if you don't really have an online presence, you just got maybe a public profile where you post like holiday pics, etc. And then someone just sends you a dick pic. Not only is that kind of intense, but also I know for some of my friends, they would feel uncomfortable then, like maybe like, oh, this is my
their content's being sexualized.
Yeah, they might be like, oh, I just thought this was a photo of me in a bikini and then some guy sent me this. And like, that's actually quite triggering.
Yeah. Because it shows you how your content is being consumed.
Yeah.
Because it's a different like...
Also, what's the point?
Of what? Oh, sending a picture of your dick?
Like, what is that?
I've actually got some stats on that.
Yeah, good. Where's the
stats
source from?
It's the Orgasm Research Lab, which is a university
department.
Yeah,
University of Orgasm.
Cool name.
Yeah, it's a cool name. Sorry, I'm a little stickler for stats. I was interested.
Where's your source?
Wait, source.
So weirdly, so only 18%, it was for their own satisfaction. Like they kind of got off on sending the girl the dick pic.
Exhibition.
10% said they gave them a feeling of control over the person they were sending them to. So it was like quite an abusive thing.
So we got exhibitionists.
And then 6%, it was because they had feelings of dislike towards women, and sending them a dick pic was satisfying.
So exhibitionists, tops, and incels.
Misogynists.
But they were very minor. Like 80% was like men thought if they send a dick pic, they'd get one back.
Another dick pic.
No, they thought they'd get the girl's nudes back.
80%.
Yeah, it was
so sad. Where are the people learning this stuff?
It was that, or it was like they thought if they send it, the girl will want to hook up with them.
Oh,
so it's like
I've never seen a picture of a penis and wanted to hook up with a guy based on that, ever.
But it's like almost like a misguided thing.
Yeah, I feel quite sad. I don't know where they've learnt this information.
But I think it must come from
no one's dick is pretty enough for that.
As a guy, you think, well, I want to see her bits, so she must want to see mine.
That's like...
Because it's like, they turn me on, so this must turn her on, right?
Sounds so
like if you think about it in like a really basic way, like maybe if you've never had any experience, you're talking to the opposite sex, maybe you might think like that.
Honestly, this is why sex work should be destigmatized, so they can send those dick pics to us and then we can explain to them how to flirt, get in there, and then when to send the dick pic later. I'm such a mummy
All you need to
doll.
do is ask, really. Like, as soon as you ask, it becomes, like, exponentially. It start. No. But it does become exponentially. It's still weird if it's just, like, some gal's holiday pictures. No, you have to. That's exponentially less. Or maybe it's not.
I saw this photo of you, and it made
I
my
just jacked off
so
to
erect.
it. Would you like to see?
Please, can I show you my erect cock?
You know what? Maybe I'll take that back. Yeah, you're right.
Why don't you just like go, hey, hun, why don't you want to go for a drink? You know, maybe we should go for a coffee. You know, go for a coffee. Be like, hey, do you like it when guys randomly send you pictures of your dick? Hear the girl say yes or no. And if she says yes, there we go.
How many do you think will say yes?
Like,
I think
no.
no, there will be. There will be.
No, there won't
Do
be.
you know what?
The ones that will be catfish. It'll be like a gay guy or something pretending
it's
to be
like
a
you
girl
still-
to fish for dick pics.
You still like.
Well, that might be
That's me.
training. That might be training guys to think women want them.
Yeah, because
you
I think
see?
on Grindr it is actually kind of common. You go, okay, this is what my face really look well for the chasers. Like they go like, this is what my face looks like. This is what my dick looks like. Yes or no? And then the girl or the guy goes,
But that's
yeah,
the thing, because
no.
you're on a
That's because
platform that's
men
already presupposed
that
that
way.
interaction. You know, that's why that works in Grindr from my.
And I'm going to start replying to them like, this would work on Grindr, but not here. Is there something you're trying to tell me about your sexuality?
But so how often, like, I guess before we get into that as well, I think, because we're talking about sending unsolicited dick pics and we're thinking about social media, but it's in a lot more places than that. Like one of the most common places is on airdrop.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Have you ever got an airdrop dick?
And
Do you know, I reject any airdrop that I don't know.
You're foolish.
I
You need to see what's...
reject any.
yeah,
Have
you've got to
got an
accept.
airdrop?
The
No, I haven't,
curiosity
but I'm
must
so
get to you.
curious.
The
I always
curiosity.
accept it. It's never been anything...
Like when you're in a bar, you get an
Terrified.
airdrop and it just says like drugs ? And I'm like, oh,
No,
okay.
so honestly, right, I have had, one of my phones is called iPhone and I don't know how to get into the settings and change it to like Sabrina's iPhone.
that will get more crazy.
Yeah, no, so even like sometimes I'll be like airdropping porn or something and I'm like,
That's on you're on the other end.
yeah, so like that's me potentially.
That's you
nearly
being a predator.
So actually that makes me feel like maybe it's a mistake.
I used to have that fear in a co-working space I used to work in when I was working in the business. Like, oh, wrong further.
That is
Airdropping
really
airdropping
great.
porn
You know what, that is...
But the thing is, with
you're
airdrop,
not expecting a nude back.
you've got to be within 30 feet. So that's quite threatening.
Yeah, that's terrifying. That's
Like,
actually terrifying.
If someone's doing that, because they'll be able to see you as well. So they'll be looking for like a reaction. If you react to it, then they know who it is.
But the thing is, you
so
can
it's
pick-
really bad.
What if you pick the wrong person? Then you should just stand up and they're like, everyone show me your phones now. Start marching down the train, like looking at people's phones.
Everyone pants down and like compare it.
I think it could be quite...
Yeah, literally. Let me see.
Let me see.
Everyone share.
I think imagine if like you're a couple and the girl opens it and the boyfriend's next to us. I think some situations must be crazy, but I guess they're getting off on that randomness. And
They're getting off on the shock of it.
This is definitely, I can't believe for a second that this is the 80% that think they're going to get a nude.
No, this is not. This is not. This is not.
Absolutely not.
It's very
Imagine,
specific.
They're like, they send up, hey, that was me. Can you show me your pussy, please?
Trade?
But you never know, because some people do have these warped mindsets, like people that stalk or follow girls. I think they do kind of hope that the girl's going to have some interest in them, even though they're going about it in completely the wrong way.
I mean, there is, because there are people that have that sexual proclivity and they have like, there are spaces to do that safely, you know what I mean? Like, as much as you can like get into like the morality of like taboo fetishes, like CNC and stuff like that.
I got paid once to go on. It was really funny. It was like a stalking fetish ? And basically he paid me to get a train like out of like the city and then get on the train that he was on, and I didn't know what he looked like, and then he would just like follow me on the train. And like,
And did you
when
know
we
who
got
it
off
was?
at Brighton, when we got off the train, he was like, okay, it was me. And we went for a coffee. And I was like, hey, and we had a coffee and then he left.
That's kind of, see, there's a right way to do that.
Honestly,
There's a correct,
honestly, that's actually really good, isn't it? Like, he was like, I got this weird thing. And he was like, okay, I'm just going to pay
but he
someone a couple
explored
hundred.
it
I'm
in
gonna
a
pay someone-
respectful way. right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not,
And like you can do this in a respectful way. Like you
Yeah.
can send someone a dick pic and have permission to do it.
That's
or
what
you can
big
have
rape
like
is
you know
about.
what I really, my
or you can
favorite-
pay a sex worker to
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Because the thing is, right, the 80% who have that fantasy of, oh, if I send a dick pic, maybe I'll get something back. That's literally a brand of dick rating, isn't it? Like to get a video back.
Yeah. I mean, You know when you get dick pics and they've been properly like professionally shot?
Oh
I love
my
those
God.
ones. I had a guy set up a camera in front of his Christmas tree and he's
My favourite, I love a good artistic dick
Good
pic.
artistic
you
dick
know.
pic.
Actually, if you're going to send one.
if you're gonna
Right,
We're
with
definitely
consent.
at the end. We're going to get into how to improve your dick pic.
Oh my
game.
God.
oh
That's
wait.
another thing as well.
But
I
later,
need
later.
guys
Okay.
to stop patching parts of their dick on each other and pretending it's their dick.
And you know what I need them to stop? I need them to stop taking a picture and see their feet.
Yeah. What's this? Who's this for?
Have you
I can
seen?
see the little toes
I want
peeking
this
out.
angle.
I want it.
I want this
honestly,
angle.
I want to see your fucking goop.
Yeah.
I want that up.
Let me in the air.
I want to see the line. I want to see the.
I need to see your ass off.
I actually know someone that sells a ruler that says 10 inches on it.
Oh.
But it's only like 5 inches long. It's like from false
Genius.
perspective.
That's
Wow.
so
It's
good.
such a huge product in the adult
So
space.
good.
But like just to get into like the more serious side of
yeah.
things, like, because do you think it actually has a negative impact on girls and women?
Oh, it depends.
It depends. Mostly if it's somebody who's not commercializing themselves in our kind of way, then yes. Just assume yes. It doesn't matter. Even if
And
it's
even
no,
not-
assume
even
yes.
not
I'm going to say
necessarily-
assume yes, but also I wonder how many dick pics, like, because I know we're like advertised as sex workers, but like, I wonder how many dick pics like celebrities get. Like I don't know. Like,
This is what I was going to say, because like, although like you obviously put yourselves out there, from what I've read, like people like Emily Attack, she said that because she's seen as a sexual character, that she gets a huge amount of dick pics, and she kind of blamed herself for receiving them.
exactly.
Like, oh, this is my fault for putting that out there, and like struggle to reconcile it. But
now, this
just
is my
because you're
huge problem.
attractive, it doesn't mean that that's...
I
Yeah.
think that's also like
and this is my huge
separating.
problem with it, is basically like, it could push women, girls, people to like basically reduce their sexualness and think they're at fault for something sexual happened to them that they did not consent to.
It's a bit like how women with large breasts, they often cover up because they end up feeling almost ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, because like I feel like with our job, like we know that people put sexualness on us, and we've gone, okay,
You've embraced it.
But
yeah,
that's
we've
also-
monetized it.
Yeah, monetized.
So that's separating, like, because when you send in,
And some influencers are fine with that as well, but
when
some
you
are not.
separate, like, because when you sending a dick pic to,
And usually the ones who are fine with it have an OnlyFans where you could send a dick pic on there. So like, it's just like, I feel like there is, I said
Yeah.
depends, but
If
really,
it's
I,
a-
mean,
I think of the
it's always
healthiest way to do it is to separate like the person who's getting the dick pic and the kind of the character that's commercialized. It's compartmentalizing it. Do you know what I mean?
Can you say this is in law now? I can't believe people are literally like in
Well, this is the thing.
in a
like,
court talking as seriously as we are right now.
well, this is like the thing. So, like, we're discussing it as a serious thing because do you think it's a serious enough issue for there to be a law about
I
it?
think it should, if it reduces, like, if it makes people feel unsafe and unhappy, and the government has a capacity to
Do something
reduce
about that.
then I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think as long as it doesn't, there needs to be like carefulness about it, because you don't want it to overspill into like.
Yeah, because didn't this like sort of happen with revenge porn, where like everyone's news everywhere, like even like we could be like, oh, we put ourselves out there, but like everything of everyone was all over Google, and then the government put in good laws about it, and then now it's like reduced like exponentially. Wait, yeah, like when
And
you're
it's
at
also
school-
Google have made
yeah.
it easier to remove it as well, which is a really good thing.
Yeah, like and like so. It's like they're kind of like safeguarding laws, isn't it? Like it seems like it might be.
I don't
a
know
little
how they
bit-
would enforce. Would it be that you
Can I read you
personally-
the law?
Yeah, I'm interested.
So on the government website, it says the law means that anyone who sends a photo or film of a person's genitals, so not even your own, for the purpose of their own sexual gratification or to cause the victim humiliation, alarm, or distress, may face up to 2 years in prison.
Okay, so
2 years is the maximum.
So what about all the leaks on Google then? Are they all getting prison time
That's
now?
separate because that's revenge porn, so that's a different
it?
law. Yeah. But if you're...
Oh yeah, it is.
And what made me think about this is...
That sounds like a fair law, I think.
well, yes and no. Like some alarm bells for me is like, let's say you're on Twitter
Yeah.
and you are going through Elon Musk's tweets and a sex worker has replied with a nude.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Is that?
They do. They've been.
I know they have
bots, though,
bots doing
usually.
it.
But
Bots doing it.
but is it for?
But
is it
would
for
that? Because that's kind of like
Is
because
it for their sexual gratification though, or is it for humiliation of Elon
Advertisement.
Musk? So
Yeah, well, this is
No,
the thing.
that's the thing.
It's advertisement.
Under Elon Musk's post, that's advertisement because it's.
Mhm.
So I don't
Yeah.
know if you could prosecute it, whether that's right or not. I don't know if you could prosecute
Yeah,
it
well,
under
the
that
same
law.
Yeah, well, this is like one of the problems that the law has. So. Last month, they had the first conviction. So it's a guy called Nicholas Hawkes. He's a 39-year-old man from Essex. If I show you his picture, you would probably be like,
Can I see his picture?
Yeah, we want to have a little look.
Just
a little look. We're gonna lean over.
Let me show you. Actually, I'm not even going to show it on the video because it's just.
This is for our eyes.
Yeah.
That's the best picture they could have gotten. That's evil. You know there's better pictures of that man you're looking through.
That's what he must have put to his Facebook profile.
You know what? It's like I don't even like. I don't want to say like I have a picture of a man who I'd expect to do this kind of thing, but like he does fit the box. Like, I don't know what the box was, but he's still in it.
That's an AI generated. If you were to put a post in.
So, show me a flashlight.
If you expand that photo, it's just him in a trench coat.
Oh, I might throw it in there. I might. So yeah, he's the first person been prosecuted, and he sent unsolicited photos of his erect penis to a 15-year-old girl.
Oh yeah.
And to a woman on the 9th of February.
You get prosecuted for her being 15
sorry, it's not
as well.
on 9th of February. And the woman it was the adult woman that took screenshots of it on WhatsApp and reported it to the Essex police.
But the child.
Okay, so now I'm like, this is a really good law because it found a paedophile.
Yeah.
Well, he might not have known her age.
Well,
Like, that's the danger.
and that's the kind
shouldn't have sent out.
That's the kind of things you need to know before you start
send the
sending
dick pic.
sexual images.
I just, for defamation reasons, I don't think we can say that he's a paedophile.
But can we say it?
Wait, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So
I said
he's acting like a paedophile.
Pre-code. Yeah, acting
He's
like
acting
a
like a
pedophile.
pedophile.
But it is
I'll say nothing else.
Yeah, so like, I mean, sending it to someone who's underage is worse, right? But
100%.
it's unsolicited either way.
Yeah, it's bad either way.
But the thing is, right, he probably would have been, he probably would have still been prosecuted, but like, the thing is, it wouldn't be as dramatic if they hadn't found that he sent it to a 15-year-old.
That was
Right?
the adult that reported it to the police,
so,
not the child.
but then
So
the police
he wasn't
found-
prosecuted. Wait, he wasn't prosecuted for the 15-year-old.
The charge was for the sending the pics. The age doesn't actually play into it. That's just.
But he was. Sorry, I'm interested because he was prosecuted for sending it to the overage woman or sending it to the underage.
For both. I imagine when the woman reported it, I imagine they confiscated his phone. They probably found others.
So I think when they found that, right, and they were like, okay, like, because the thing is, right,
I don't know how long he's going to be
any
sentenced for.
Without any strong words, right? If as a person, like a policeman is meant to be like providing safety for like society, right? And then you get a tip off that this guy's sending news, you're like, oh, there's this new law. And then you go and you look at the pictures he sent and you found that he sent them to someone underage. It is kind of, I actually think it is important to prosecute on that behaviour because the thing is, as much as we don't want to use those big words, it's like a starting block to that.
That's actually one thing that I looked at is, I couldn't find the exact stats, but experts on like flashing and cyberflashing, they said that often people that do commit those crimes go on to commit stronger sex crimes.
Yeah, because you're already comfortable with like breaking somebody's boundary. Is that comfortability?
If the 15-year-old girl replied? Then
it
becomes a whole different thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
We don't know why he was speaking to the 15-year-old girl, if he knew her age and things like that.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
No, 15 is a long way from 18 for me. I just... I physically, I had this inkling
It's disgusting,
yeah. Yeah, I had this inkling inside me where I know when someone's like under 20.
What do you think the punishment should be for someone that does send unsolicited dick pics?
Yeah. No.
Do you know how many people send dick pics? Do you know how many men?
No, it's
unsolicited.
Have you? Oh no, never you unsolicited.
But I don't really.
I'm scared to show
I'm
my
like-
face in pictures.
And that's why you do this job.
I think it's even better when you don't show me. You know, I have to earn it. I have to earn the dick. Ooh.
Yeah. You just like a picture of your face and it goes lower and
That's
lower
actually what
down.
I have with a few of my regulars on cams. It was like after like a year, they started showing me their penis, and I was like, wow, I got so lucky.
You're like, whoa, that's what it looks like.
But really, do you know how many guys? Do you want to guess how many actually send?
Okay, if it's
80.
1 in 3 women receive them. Let's say
Ooh, 60.
1 in 3
70,
men.
70. I'm gonna say 70.
Yeah, it's 20%, 18%.
I'm so sorry. I was like,
Did you say so? You said
I said 70%.
I said 1 in 3 men. So that doesn't work, does it? Wait,
Yours is 33.
33.3 recurring.
So
I was
30,
close.
wait, is it 30%?
It's 18%.
18. That's so bad. They are prolific.
You
1
have
in
a-
3
you have
women.
a-
Okay, then
You have a
honestly-
negative view of men.
They were prolific. 1 in 3 women.
1 in 3 women.
Yeah, so it's 18% of
Of
men
men and
sending photos to 33% of women. That is okay, maybe we need to be serious about this then. Maybe then we're talking like a big fine, maybe a teeny beeny bit of jail time.
I mean,
well,
I'm
this
not.
is the thing.
Maybe like a course. Maybe there should be a consent.
well, my
Maybe there should be
issue
like a
is
consent course.
if it's that
Re-education.
widespread. If it's that widespread, then it's not going to be possible to put everyone in prison.
I mean,
What
I'm
about a bit of rehabilitation?
I'm
There's consent
I'm
course or
not
something.
super pro prison, so I was
Yeah.
joking. But
Yeah, I mean, it's a teeny weeny bit of jail time. I didn't mean.
teeny weeny bit wasn't serious when I said the death penalty.
I did.
Angel's like, let me get back from that.
I'm backpedaling.
Angel's like, when I said die, I meant like, hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I know enough about
I
this to be
honestly think-
prescriptive about
I
it.
honestly think it should be.
Well, it's new,
there
and I
should be.
think
I think
we're-
there should be like a sexual offenders course. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
and it should be for people who cyberflash, flash in real life, and other like anything that will get you on a sex register, but that is like not
like a
a
tier
strong
to it.
sex crime. Yeah,
There
like a
also
tiered
needs to
thing.
be this like
Because I do think there needs to be like a re-education of these things. For example,
Yeah.
if 80% of men are doing it because they think that they might get a positive reaction, that 80% need to know the truth. Like,
yeah, and it's like I think this is a smaller
as intimacy
because it's like they
coordinators.
have a personal responsibility to not do that, but like a kind of a culture around feeling like these men can rehabilitate themselves and not do that. You know?
Yeah, I think criminalizing such a big group of people would be
Yeah.
bad. But
Yeah.
I do think that maybe,
Because
because we like sex education isn't the best and
It's
it's
still
not
not.
mandatory.
Still try.
So
Yeah.
maybe when you do things like this, you do need to go on
talking
a
about
course.
sex
Yeah.
education. Wait, this is one of my. Sorry, I'm like
I went to
super
Catholic
pro.
school. I don't know what that is.
I also went to a
Exactly.
Christian school in Barbados, so yeah.
Oh, yours is probably about 10 times more.
But my thing with sex education that's super interesting, and you probably know this stat, but sex education incredibly increases the likelihood of chance for victims of sexual assault or people who know victims of sexual assault to bring forth those allegations and be able to talk
Honestly,
about them because they
sexual-
have the language to do it.
Sexual education
And
reduces.
anyone who's not pro sexual education is genuinely just like anti-victim. And you are.
And also,
And
and
I
also
guess-
and like pro teen pregnancy, pro STD, pro people not knowing about contraception. Like sex education is literally like.
I guess the inverse of
so
this also
important.
means that we also need to be telling children at school, like,
What it is.
yeah, on both sides, like what to do when it
I
happens
want the
and what to do.
taboo of it. It serves absolutely nobody but pedophiles. Sorry. Oh wait, I am allowed to say that word. Okay. Am I no? Okay.
We need to
people, bad
stop
people
saying the P word. We need to stop saying the P word.
I just have to beep it, so it just creates one.
Oh,
for me,
okay.
that's
Yeah,
all.
I understand. No, but so like putting a
I
taboo
swear so
around.
much. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop
No,
that now.
swearing's
It's
fine.
swearing okay.
Okay.
To a point. I
It's
mean, if
fine.
it's too much, then I beep. But
It's too much. You just black us out. But
Censored.
censored. They wouldn't let me talk. But no, I think taboo around like sexuality and like sex education really does just serve predators. That's the only people it serves.
I think that makes sense. I haven't
Yeah.
heard someone put it that way, but I do agree.
Yeah. Because it is a thing where predators will actually exploit.
They'll exploit
children
you not knowing.
things, and also this has been shown like in like all like sexualities as well. Like for example, not telling children that gay people exist means they don't know if they're experiencing sexual assault from like from a queer
Yeah,
perspective. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because that's like how like a load of priests got away with it, innit?
Yeah.
And like, I just like, I'm such a massive optimist, and I would just like to believe that a huge amount of sex crimes could be prevented just by just through education, just by giving people the empathy and seeing things from the victim's point of view. And I would hope that that's how it works. I don't know if it does. Maybe
I think it can't hurt.
a lot of
at least.
yeah, it definitely
know?
can't hurt.
And I think at least if it doesn't reduce the predator's capacity to harm, it empowers the victim to have language to talk about it.
Yeah,
You know,
because these
And people
I
to
don't
know their
think
bodies.
like
and people to know their bodies. There's so many other reasons why it's great, but
So I just don't think like 1 in 20 men are a predator just for for doing this.
And I don't think 1 in
they're
20 men
misguided.
should go to prison
Yeah.
for like a little bit of a
I think
lapse
they've
of
done it-
judgment.
I don't want to
maybe.
say lapse of judgment. It's a shitty thing, and they have knowledge of themselves when they're doing it. It's
I'm not sure if all of them do. I'm
know?
honestly so gagged at the 80% statistic. I can't come back from
Honestly, I was the kind of person that maybe if I was born now, maybe I could have done this.
Yeah.
Like because I'm a little bit older, so I think I just avoided being sucked into that. But I was so clueless with women when I was like in my late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I didn't really have female friends, so I just couldn't relate.
So do you think it's something that's more like our generation, my generation?
I think
I'm gonna slip myself.
yeah, for sure.
I'm on the Gen Z millennial cusp.
Like,
so I'll slip
when
myself
I
in
was
there.
using the internet, there were like, it was kind of like almost a joke that there were no women on the internet. You know,
I love that.
It's like
Oh,
the
bring it
internet
back,
was
sorry. In the
In the
populated by
meantime,
like
we're on YouTube as children. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was a big Dan and Phil. I used to have a Dan and Phil fan account on
I
Tumblr.
used to watch all of the YouTubers.
Which
All the-
ones
I
do
used
you
to be on
watch?
the Tumblr. No, because they're embarrassing now.
YouTube
No,
didn't
I used
even-
to run a Dan and Phil fan account. Whatever you do is lesson. Sorry.
the microphone's really picked that up.
Oh
I
god.
don't know what to say.
I'm sorry. I learned. I was like 12.
That was his ideal. Talking about
All
predators.
the black people writing gonna be like, "Are you serious? You watching Nene?" Like,
But is it? Can I say when I saw that I was actually like, because I wasn't that generation. I was watching.
I was
him,
like, I'm sure this is racist.
but I can't quite
I can't quite
put my finger on it. Sorry,
And I
what were you
became
saying?
yeah. Oh, we got distracted.
We're talking about Shane Dawson.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
That's so good.
I hope other people watching this don't know
Don't
who
know
that
who it is. I hope none of you know who Shane Dawson is.
Yeah, this is
I mean, I'm
good.
gonna know now.
You can give it a
I'm gonna
cheeky
have to
Google later. And then you'll be like, Sabrina.
I hope his kid's doing well.
He's got a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I know.
IVF?
He had, I think it was adoption or surrogacy, but you know, he had a kitten. This is what really upset me. I really like cats. And he had a kitten and he adopted it and his fucking dog ate it. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. We got completely.
That's okay.
Sidetracked.
It's going to be interesting clips, I think.
I feel quite emotional. What?
I know. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It actually made me really upset. I think I cried when I heard that news. I'm sorry.
I'm like crying right here and now.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
Ain't it?
Yeah, or like Molder or something, because there's a husky. You know, huskies, love huskies, but they're...
I love dogs and I love cats and I wouldn't put them in the same room for that reason.
Anyways, it depends, but that's not a super interesting topic.
Yeah, honestly, we keep
Bit
this
off topic.
we keep
Yeah,
going like.
sorry.
Anyways, dick. So,
So-
what about this?
What about
So,
those penises?
I think we talked a lot about that guy's crimes with online with cyberflashing.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what's
so
this?
so the bit that's strange for me is like flashing in real life is already a crime. But like I was looking at what the punishment is, and it's actually less than it is for cyberflashing.
That's
it's-
bizarre.
Yeah, and there's 3 levels of it, and only the strongest level, which is if you're masturbating or following the person while you're naked,
So is
that gets you a maximum sentence of 1 year.
And
it's
cyber
even-
flashing is 2 years.
Yeah,
up to 2 years?
maximum of 2 years.
So is the bottom level just showing your cock or your whatever bits you have?
Yes
Wait.
and no, because
Wait, so-
in real life it's difficult because naturists exist.
Wait, so
So
flashes.
it's actually okay to be naked,
You know-
even in public.
Wait,
No,
so
when I was on
flashes following people, wanking behind them.
That's
Get 1 year.
this is funny stuff.
I would literally, honestly, with that knowledge, if anyone ever does that to me, I'm just gonna turn around and beat you up. Like, that's so funny. Like, that's unreal. That's wild. I'll literally get the assault charge. We'll cancel each other out.
No, but talking about talking
year.
about nudists, yeah,
Following me.
that's so funny.
I'm sorry.
But this is how absurd it is. Like this new law, it's like
Castrate.
And
them.
it's
They
so
haven't-
cool as well, because obviously if it's a picture you've taken from your bedroom, like you're gonna be holding it.
There
like,
is objectively
people-
less harm in sending somebody a picture
yeah.
than going around walking and wanking your car.
But
I
it's,
don't-
it's actually really complicated with real life flashing because it like I say, naturists exist and it's actually not illegal.
Nature shouldn't exist.
It's- I actually want to make a
I
YouTube
love going
video.
to the naturist beach and
I
lying
know.
there
I
naked.
also. I'm.
So
I
yeah,
like
so
it as well.
weirdly, like I found, I found. I'm asking them if I can make a video with them. but
Yeah.
I found a naked hiking group in the UK,
Okay. Wait. Can I just?
and
Okay. Go. But yeah.
yeah, I mean, I haven't said yes or anything yet,
That's so
but
cute.
I didn't know that you could just walk around the countryside,
When I was
start
doing
naked,
DV.
and it's fine.
When I was doing DV, there we had a naked hiker, and it was obviously all kids because it's DV, so all of us are like 13. And all we hear is this naked man running down the hill, and all we hear at first is screams. And then we're like, "Where's there a screaming?" And he runs past us. His jaws, his balls are going up between
In
his
Brighton,
legs.
they have a naked.
a naked,
Naked.
naked.
In Brighton, they have a naked bike ride every year.
Yeah,
Love
and
that.
I've seen one in London as well before. And so yeah,
Yeah,
being
it's
naked
so
in public
rural.
is the main thing is, from what I understand, is that you can't surprise people. So you can't like just jump out
That's
of the
what's
woods.
illegal.
And I
Right.
think this is where.
But I think
It's
a naked
making it
hiker
funny.
is always surprising. in
Oh
my
yeah, it
opinion.
was. It was
But-
definitely.
The thing
So
is,
it's
right?
complicated, you know. It's like
Don't you find as well, right? I don't mind being naked. Like I love walking.
yeah, I
like
don't
you know
give a
when that
fuck.
whole thing when you're walking around your house naked, right? And then you walk past a window and then you're like it's that kind of vibe.
I don't.
It's like if you are being naked for comfort, then other people like staring at you, catching you off guard will make you feel off guard.
but if
It's
we
the
were
point-
supposed to be naked, we would have a lot more hair on our bodies, I think.
I think we did, and then we evolved. We got rid of them.
Sorry.
The scientist wants to jump in. We did have a lot more hairs in our bodies, and then we evolved to lose the hair when we moved to the desert plains in human evolution.
Are you two going to make
Listen,
me look silly now?
I really like
I have
judgment. I
a
can tell you
master's in
that-
biochemistry.
I have nothing. I just have that kind of. I just think
I've got a whole
think
ass
I know it
degree.
all.
Don't
Yeah,
use
you've
it,
got-
but it's there.
It's there in theory.
It's in a certificate in my bedroom. You've literally seen it.
Yeah, I have. I fell asleep in your room. Not in like a. It was because I was tired.
After all the sex
After all the
we've been
sex we had.
having.
Yeah, it's kind of like at what point does your body become like, because your naked body isn't necessarily sexual, you know,
Mm.
and it's
Find
like
mine on Google.
culturally, like,
I said I could find mine on Google.
yeah, I can find mine. We can find ours on Google.
And that's the thing. I think there's some really interesting things to explore, because like once you say it's illegal to send a dick pic to someone unsolicited, what if it's really artistic? What if you've got a super artistic nude
Isn't that for Tumblr?
and you send it to someone?
Tumblr now?
Tumblr, I tried to do an NSFW
Oh, no.
account on Tumblr, and it's a bit of a pain.
Oh yeah, I don't think you can do
It's
them
all
anymore.
very shallow, bro. There's so much. I found the craziest porn on Tumblr when I was growing up.
Honestly, that was a really beautiful time.
It was a beautiful time.
There was a
Bring
time when
back
there used to be
Tumblr
this
porn.
it used to be this
You
thing,
know what
it was
Tumblr
called
is, yeah?
Tumblr.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
we
know
just
it
tried
very
to
well.
gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know when everyone used to make like this
I was just
gorgeous...
like, oh god, here we go, another conversation that's going to lead to pedophiles.
Oh no, don't worry, don't
So
worry.
more P words.
No more.
No more. We're giving them too much screen time.
I was,
much screen
I was thinking I'll let this one peter out.
Peter.
no.
What are we talking about? Tumblr. Yeah, no, when people used to make their little nudes accounts on Tumblr and they had all the pretty lights in.
It was a good blogging platform. I
It
think.
was
Yeah.
great.
It's very
Why
good.
do you think I'm trans now?
Tumblr was there like, you make a hot boy and you're like,
You're like,
I'm
yeah.
there. Oh shit, didn't realise.
Not just that, but it's also responsible for age gap relationships, I'm sure.
As a prolific Tumblr user, I would say that was definitely a community. I did touch on it. It's on Twitter now.
Back in the day, I used to go on Habbo Hotel
Back in the day,
and seek them out. You know, I'd be like, how old are you? You'd be 30. I'd be like, you on Habbo Hotel and you're 30. Interesting. I'm 14.
Tell me about your life experience.
I'd be like, why are you on Habbo Hotel at 30? What job do you have? I was waiting some up for my age.
But this is like
Send me Habbo credits.
we are kind of like just, I know we're like joking around, but we're just spelling out exactly why the government are looking at this stuff. Like,
yeah.
And I guess it is like, yeah, well, it is a question. Like, like, is this even something the government should be regulating?
I have this argument where like, I feel like, did you masturbate? This is really fucking direct. Did you masturbate when you were a teenager?
Because I grew up very religious.
Yeah, I didn't until I literally joined the strip club when I was 19. And I think that's why I sought out weird sexual experiences online and with
because you're like doing it through different... You know what? Yeah, we probably have a really similar experience.
Yeah. It's because you never even think of it. Like so
I just felt gross.
For a lot of people with vaginas, it's like immediately it was like, for sexual gratification, you go to a man or the internet, but like not even like masturbate on the internet. It's like you look at things or you read erotica or things like that. So much One Direction erotica. I was obsessed with the idea of Harry and Zayn fucking.
I mean, yeah, once again, just fan
fiction.
Yeah. Who didn't love a bit
Dan
of fan
and Phil.
fiction? I've read
but fan, Dan and Phil, PH.
What are their names from Twilight? Yeah, Jacob and Edward.
Jacob and Edward? That's very niche. I love Twilight.
Wolves and vampires. Oh, sworn enemies who fall in love. Bella's not there.
Bella's dead.
I'll have Bella, right? And then me and Bella can watch.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, fuck it. When Kristen Stewart came out.
Never.
And Cara Delevingne. Wow.
Cara Delevingne, I'll give a tick.
Okay, I'll have Cara Delevingne then. Cara Delevingne.
Kristen Stewart. I'm not even that into girls, but Kristen Stewart's like dyking. I shouldn't say that word. Enough that listen, the amount of times I get called a dyke.
Twink.
And the amount of times I get called a dyke, it's fine.
I've never seen Twilight.
You're missing out. Go home tonight. Watch Twilight.
I'm just.
You need to watch it now because it's like if you watch High School Musical now, it's like the funniest comedy film you've ever seen.
Okay.
And say the same with Twilight. Those old films that were like made for kids. They're
I love how you're
High
calling
School
that
Musical is
old.
so different from Twilight.
No, I know, but it's the same effect. Like Twilight's just extremely dramatic, and then High School Musical is extremely camp. So it's like at the time they were meant to be like
they
really,
go together like strawberry and cheese.
Do you know what? No. What about pineapple and cheese?
Pineapple and cheese.
It's dank. Dank. Absolutely incredible.
You know, I like jam with how you call them here, crisps.
Nope. Anyway.
Back to dick pics.
Yeah, back to dick pics and away from jam with crisps, because that's weird.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess, do you think that, do you really think the government should be focusing time on regulating dick pics? Or do you think it's one of those things where it's not manageable?
I think the government should dissolve and we should all rule ourselves in factions.
Anarchy. Well, I think...
But we have to base it on how things
seriously,
are.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like in the case of that guy, a tip is worth investigating, right? Especially if you can do it by like just checking someone's WhatsApp as the police do, you know? So like, why not investigate that tip? Especially because, for example, we found out as a 15-year-old, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do think it's worth it being investigated. Maybe giving people 2 years in prison for sending a dick pic is a little bit...
It's a bit harsh.
It's a bit of a joke. Well,
I just wonder...
How is that going to help the problem?
Well, I can tell you one thing, one more thing. This is the first case that's happened, so...
I think it's an example, probably, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
you know?
well, also, there was a lawyer...
2 years?
It's not been sentenced yet.
Okay, it hasn't been sentenced. I don't think people realistically get 2 years.
So a legal expert said, she said, the problem with this case is it's an easy one. He's a convicted sex offender who pleaded guilty. So he had other sex offences before. Can you guess what his other offence was?
Flashing.
Yeah, it was flashing.
Okay, no. So now I see why the law has importance, right? Because now you're going to find people who are repeat offenders. And the thing is, he might have moved to online flashing because that's the way he can get his like rocks off without.
What's really interesting is I found the story of when he was flashing as well.
Oh my God, give us the tea.
And
It's not tea.
It
is. Honestly.
It's piping hot tea.
Okay, go
He got spared prison because he blamed his... So first, let me tell you his crime. So it says, a man who stripped naked in a GP surgery and covered his genitals in hand sanitizer.
Fuck off. Was it during COVID? Is that why he felt like he had to do it?
It was during COVID.
Oh my God.
And then he said that he had to do
Did he
it.
have a mask on? Sorry. He had just mask naked with just the mask on. And he's like, don't worry, it's clean.
So his...
I'm not breathing, just squirt.
He blamed his heavy cocaine use and suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder for the series of incidents.
Where's his diagnosis?
Yeah.
I want to speak directly to the therapist. And what's the PTSD for? COVID?
The hand sanitizer.
Yeah. How? Like, because you know what, right?
So he also approached a group of people in a park wearing only his trainers. They never take their shoes off, do they?
Neither did the hiker on DOB. He had his hiking shoes on. Sorry. Yeah.
Feet are sensitive.
And he engaged in sexual conversation with the victims and kissed one girl and hugged another. So it was like really predatory stuff. And he got, like, he didn't go to prison for this. So
I think probably they're just going to get him. This is like a
Hawks rubbed hand
O.J. Simpson
sanitizer on
kind
his
of thing.
genitals and walked around the GP foyer for 5 minutes.
What is this? Like, why?
This is what I say. It's an O.J. Simpson
so
type
they asked
thing.
him why, and he said because of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, that was his excuse.
This is very open and
His excuse was PTSD and heavy cocaine use.
Yeah,
so this is very like vulnerable and open. But I actually have post-traumatic stress disorder.
I have post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, on the symptoms list, do you ever get this urge?
I have CPTSD.
Do you ever get, same. Okay. But do you ever get a flashback and then you get the urge to strip naked, pour hand sanitizer all over your genitalia?
That is going to sting as well.
Then walk around work. Do you even get the ability to walk after you have a bad flashback? Like, I can't, how did that not even how did that slip under the radar?
I mean, the judge took this into account.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's an OJ. So when I say it's OJ, okay, I kept saying this and I didn't want to just me to be
What do you mean it's an OJ
It's an OJ Simpson because they got him on the robbery thing afterwards because they were like, fuck, we should have got him on the murder.
Yeah.
And they remember when he robbed, that's it. They're like, we should have got him and they're going to charge him for this.
Maybe that is the point, just to give people more levers. But the problem with this law, like I say, I just told you what he did. So she said the problem is he was a convicted sex offender. Who pleaded guilty. And she said, most other cases of cyberflashing will be difficult to prosecute because the law requires proof of motive. So you have to prove that you wanted to cause distress or sexual gratification.
Well, then I'm actually I might be team for this law, which is really interesting because I don't like the rest of the online safety bill. But
are you glad for that?
Because I'm glad that there's a high level that they need to prove for it to be malicious. You know, I like people doing their due diligence.
Yeah,
I'm happy about that. I
suppose you could be like, oh, I just got the wrong vibe in the conversation.
Oh, I just have PTSD and it makes me send dick pics randomly. I'm using that as an excuse for everything now.
Yeah.
Like set up a PTSD bot on Twitter.
What, you didn't want me to put my pussy on live TV, but I have PTSD.
That's what you tell the producer.
That's what I tell Mr. P.
Like, I just think, how much cocaine do you need before you sanitize your genitals?
What? There's also, right, I really want to know about the hand sanitizer though. Like, that's just...
I think it's because it was COVID and he wanted people to touch it and he was saying it was clean. That's my theory. Sorry, I know that's like...
Oh my goodness.
You know?
But the thing is as well, what's going to happen to this guy in prison?
Do you think...
Especially when he's the kind of guy who likes to get naked in front of everyone. Like, he's going to get naked in prison and get murdered or something like that.
Would you use the hand sanitizer after him? Because it's kind of self-cleaning, right? Or would it...
I mean, you would clean the outside of it. He hasn't gone inside the hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I don't know, it's more of a
Was this in the UK?
Kind of thing.
Yeah, in Essex.
It was in Essex.
It was in Essex. Never stray out of London. That's the moral.
I'm so shocked. How old is he?
He looks about 30
39.
touching 40. It's a full-grown man.
What's his face like that?
Yeah, why is his face like that?
I don't know. I guess that's just the picture they found on his Facebook or whatever.
I love it when they do like criminals.
Oh
dressing
my
like
god!
that.
Of course, of course. You know what? Of course, that's his Facebook profile picture. Like that's just.
Do you know that this is so specific? Do you know like gay bears and they go
Yeah.
kind of gave me that.
And when the black aunties go
Yeah.
as well, and they're like right in the corner of the screen.
You can really tell somebody's like ethnic and sexual orientation just based about how they post on their profile picture.
Ethnic identity, sexual orientation, age. Because as well, you've seen the teens these days. They have like
Teens these days, please don't. You made me. I've only just got out.
Because, you know, yeah, you have got out of it though. Because if you've seen like the others, it's like literally like the face app, the face tune, and it's literally like a professional photo off their phone.
Yeah.
If I find old photos of me, it's me like.
Do you remember when you used to put like kawaii stickers and everything?
Oh my god!
Love that.
Yeah, I also remember when I used to buy loads of like things with like Buddha on it and like Ganesh, and then I had to give them all away when I found out what cultural appropriation was.
I still wear it.
Oh no, I hide all the Indian ones. That's so bad.
Okay, so let's do the positive bit now.
Woo!
Like, because I guess you've received a lot of dick pics. Do they always look ugly?
No, I really
hate the
appreciate
ones-
good lighting.
Okay, do you know what the best dick pic is? Right, this is what. Mirror, spread, cock, like that. That's it.
Like Drake's.
Oh, you think?
Absolutely.
Like
That is a
this.
manly posture. If you're like a twink or a sub or whatever, I get it. Just show me your asshole. I don't need to see your cock, quite frankly. But like this.
Mhm.
If you're a big guy as well. Oh. That's not an invitation. Please don't send that
See,
to my
'cause when-
inbox.
I must admit, right, I'm a stickler for videos with sound of
Oh,
coming.
moaning.
That's
Moaning.
it. Like I don't actually care about your dick. It's more about like the noise you make, the things you say.
We
and how
both
hard
talked
you
about
get it.
this. Don't mind small dicks.
Yeah, don't mind them.
I mean, also, I don't really care if you have a cock or not. It's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, who am I to
yeah. As everyone
as
knows.
Jesus says, he without sin throw the first stone.
Yeah, I'm happy with all genitalia.
All
really. Like
genitalia.
I would probably I love a good vagina, a
Good
plastic
vagina.
penis, a real penis.
I actually gathered some of my own tips on this as well. And I was looking through actually mostly
Plants.
like gay OnlyFans influencers.
Yeah, standard. They
and
know.
it's like, I feel like they know how to do thirst traps
They
that
do.
women like. And like, you don't need to show everything. Like,
Yeah.
you can get hard and keep your sweatpants on. Get hard, keep the underwear on.
Just love a bit of the tease.
You know, it's like,
I mean, let's not.
yeah, like you say, tease. Like, it can just, because like when you do like exchange like dirty photos of a girl, they always look a bit more elevated, you know? The girl puts more effort in. She thinks about it. She gets her angles right.
Yeah.
You best
Well, the
believe I'm
guy is
sending
just
you
like
those high
top down,
quality
dick,
photo shoot.
nothing else. It doesn't have to be amazing, but
You
just
need
like,
you need that context.
yeah,
with
just
the
like
cock.
the
I want to see
side,
your
yeah.
face. I want to see your stomach.
Yeah, it's just
You
not-
know, even if it's
anything-
just this, like.
If anything, maybe we've gotten dick pics too much and it's desensitized us to like just like a normal dick pic. Like it's just not good enough anymore. Like I need lighting, maybe some plants in the background. I agree with Angel. This, like, oh my God, yeah, show me your masculinity, daddy. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, let's go.
Let's go.
Or
'Cause
like,
women generally don't like shirtless pictures, I think.
what?
Or they
I'm
do.
not.
Oh, they do?
Oh my God, no, I like the whole ensemble. And also,
Yeah.
let's move away from pictures and go straight back to videos with sound. Videos with sound.
But I
It's
think,
easier to look good in a video than a picture. I think.
Exactly. So we should just go to videos.
but we don't know what het women like. What do het women like?
I don't know what the straight girlie's like.
We
I don't know what
straight
they
girlies
like. I haven't been one of those since I hit adulthood. It's been a while.
I mean, to some people, I'm a straight girl, so maybe I do know.
I'm not gonna lie.
straight
If I
girl
got
with
if I got a
extra
vagina pic, the world would stop. So maybe I'd be like, oh my God, I would
God, it's
overanalyze
worth
it.
it.
So I do think
you've got
it's.
3 boyfriends, so you must have plenty of footage.
I've got
coming in.
girlfriends as well, you know.
True.
Yeah, so it's we got a whole lot of variety in the polyamory world. I'm very greedy. It's kind of my whole thing. But my girlfriends don't send me vagina pics. Like my boyfriends will send me dick pics like that. But like
Yeah.
my girlfriends will be like, no.
Well, they'll put some effort in and maybe like tease you a bit.
Yeah. No, they'll send me like a full like photo shoot
we start-
picture.
I like girl dick. Sorry, just
Oh yeah, girl.
We're
dick.
not giving enough, by the way. Also, girl dick.
Yeah, no. If you're a girl with a dick, you can send me a picture. Of that. Like, you don't even need instructions. I know you'll do it properly.
Send me a picture of girl dick.
All right, tell you what, if you want to see some great dick pics, go onto trans creators' profiles. Trans women, they will take the most, they will have, and you know they're on hormones, so literally their dicks are shrinking, they're like, whatever, and they will still,
lovely.
Soft. But they'll take like this massive dick pic photo, and then they'll have the full makeup, titties sitting pretty, there's plants in the background, lights everywhere, and you're like, I don't know.
Trans creators are genuinely the future of sex
just
work.
unreal behavior. I'm so lucky
good.
one of them's my girlfriend. But yeah.
No, but it's true. I think yeah, like definitely if you're a guy and you want to improve your dick pic game, just look at like gay and trans creators because they put more effort in.
They have to.
They have to. And it's also, there's a big photography culture in queer spaces as well, especially like lesbian, trans, and really trans man spaces. We're going to rep. We don't have a lot of rep, but trans man spaces, there's a really big photography tradition. It's mostly inherited from like lesbian photographers, but yeah, I think a lot of it comes from that.
I zoned out thinking about trans men porn.
Yeah, did you?
I've got this friend who makes mad content.
It's okay to send, like, if you're feeling it and you think they might be feeling it, it's okay to send a sexy photo, isn't it?
Also,
but it's not okay to just send a dick pic out.
This is another thing as well.
And I think you can, like, if she likes it, then you can send like that as the next stage.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. Doesn't
like feel them out first.
I think a conversation, where it's felt out, where like there's loads of pictures exchanged and videos.
Yeah,
now like, that is more like
you can
appealing.
sex people that you don't know IRL. It's doable. Yeah. People do it. I've done it. Like
there's websites for it.
There's websites
with random.
It's just like I feel like guys who do that.
There's Tinder.
There's Tinder. Actually, I feel like Tinder's not.
I would wager that most dick pics are sent. Like not on Tinder, but as soon as you get to WhatsApp, bang.
Oh, that's you know what, that's so sad because that's just men trying to make Tinder like Grindr. And
I've literally never. Apparently, Grindr's dead now because it's just full of like cis guys, like chasers.
Oh God.
What?
Chaser is. You know what a chaser is?
So someone who will sleep with trans people but won't actually date them.
Usually, when you're talking about chasing as well, it's like talking about cis guys with trans women. It does happen with trans guys as well.
I did an episode on this, but I didn't know that term.
So that's what chaser. So it's like they can sometimes have a relationship with them. It's just like it's kind of the fetishization and the exclusivity of being like, oh, I only date trans. Mostly it's trans women. So
I also did an episode about.
I literally thought it was people who basically like sort of only seek out trans people for sex and then like.
No, you can have a relationship. It's just like the way. Not every cis person who has a relationship with a trans person is a chaser, but like. It's like if a white guy is only dating black girls, even though they're dating a black girl, you can kind of tell when it gets a bit fucking weird and fetishy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a similar.
I've been there.
Yeah, you know, like that.
When someone's shouting "my Nubian queen," it's like, oh, I'm not even from Africa. Some wires are crossed here.
No. No, I understand what you mean though. I just did another one where it was about straight guys that sleep with gay guys. Obviously, they'll have relationships with women.
It's incredible. If only there was a name for that. Gay men, bisexual men.
Isn't that bisexual, right?
No, bisexual is different.
I'm sorry, no. Let's all this woke shit.
Okay, no, I've actually got a problem, right? Because one of my boyfriends, right, this is so bad. I'm never gonna show him this fucking podcast. But one of my boyfriends, right. He was like, oh, I just like all women, like that includes trans women. I was like, okay, let's just say that you're straight then. Like,
that's straight. That is.
And then he was like, well, no, actually, Sabrina, if a guy was just dressed up like a girl and he looked really good, I'd probably just do that as well. And I was like, okay, let's not give you a label.
Like you don't need to.
I know straight guys that like they would have sex with a man, but they wouldn't see it as a gay thing.
Because they're tops,
We are in the end times. You're fucking with me. You're the.
I'm not. I spoke to a sex therapist about this as well, a psychologist.
These men are delusional. It's fine. It doesn't matter. You can be gay.
Just put the things where you want to put them, you know. If a hole appeals to you and it's consented to you.
You know what? You don't even need to call yourself gay. You can just be like, oh, I'm straight, kind of, but I don't know. But
I love the word queer.
I love the word queer. Or just literally anything.
Because I remember back in the day, I used to be like, yeah, I'm a lesbian. And then like,
We all went through our lesbian phase.
yeah, we all went through the lesbian phase.
Sorry, we shouldn't say that. Lesbians are super valid. It's just me and Sabrina went through the lesbian phase.
We were like, yeah, we're lesbians. And then we were both like, oh, fuck, we've got boyfriends now.
Yeah.
I guess back to pansexual it is.
I just call, honestly, in all honesty,
I think
I'm
you're
just a
twink.
gay man.
Oh, yeah, I think
But
you're a
I
twink.
can't call myself that because then people are like, oh, you're like straight woman. I'm like,
You're a twink.
okay.
You're a twink. You're a twink, twink.
Yeah.
And I am poly and pan, so the greediest on the greedy level that you can get. That's me.
So what did we learn today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Take dick pics with nice lighting and consent.
Consume only queer creators, and everyone should go to prison for a minimum of 2 years.
No, we learned that people shouldn't go to prison for a minimum of 2 years unless they're following someone and wanking. That's what
In that
we
case, they
learned
only
today.
get 1 year.
I actually want to meet everyone behind the screen, everyone who's ever done that. Because that's just so funny. I just want to know why. Like, imagine running up to someone, please!
I would probably just shoot them point blank in the fucking head.
Yeah, I think it might be quite scary because I think it tends to happen.
You think?
I've seen like when I've seen it in newspapers, it's like often happened on trains and on public transport or something.
It's not
No,
funny,
that's
it's
actually
so
really scary.
fucked up.
I remember this one time, this guy came up to me on a train and he was like, hey, little mama. And I looked around, I realised that no one
Somebody
was
calling you little mama, so you're like 6.
I'm your 5'10" little mama. Like, literally, he just came up to me. And then I saw that no one was going to do anything. And I just went, and I just literally threw my head back and just screamed. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was just like there, just screaming, holding the note until he walked away.
When I went to Lanzarote, you see that thing on TikTok where it's like you have to bark at men, and I was like, all right, I'll bark at them. I started doing that, and they looked at me and they barked back.
This was to attract them or to
No,
repel
this was,
them?
they were following me, and I went,
Okay.
and I went woof woof, and they went woof woof back to me, and I was like,
Yeah, I do think that.
I was told it would work. Anyways,
No, if anything,
Who
like,
told you this?
they're like, oh, is that a
I was
flirt
on
and thing?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
I don't know anything. I'm only young.
Don't use TikTok for advice. That's what you know now.
Brilliant.
Wait, no, I feel like we learned something else as well.
I think we did quite well today.
Oh,
I think
we
we've laughed a
learned
lot.
send
but
videos, not pictures, with sound of
just
you
put
coming.
effort in.
Effort, love, and consent.
Yeah.
What was it they say? They always say consent is sexy.
Consent is really,
Really
sexy.
sexy.
It actually is. Because it's basically consent can also be like, do you like it when I do that? Do you want me to do this? Do you know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
can definitely be
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be like, do you consent to me sending you a picture of my genitalia? It can
Like,
just be
no,
like,
it's I'm just downloading my consent app.
yeah.
Just sending you the link.
Please put in your consent release form
Have
right
you
now.
seen that meme?
I
where
hate
it's like
when people
after...
put it in contracts because I feel like they feel like once it's in a contract, it can't be revoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's quite creepy, like
Doms.
the consent contract idea.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, Christian Grey, worst dom ever to exist.
I didn't
Like,
actually watch the movie.
I read the book and I didn't have
You
to.
read? You
My grandma
spent
got it for
time-
me.
Your grandmother got it for you?
Yeah, she didn't know what it was about. I was like
Right.
16.
16?
Yeah,
You're
literally.
stacking up, sorry.
And literally, it was crazy. Like, it came out. She got me the book because it was really popular with young adults. She didn't realise what it
I
was.
remember.
Yeah, she didn't realise what it
I
was.
think she got Twilight and that.
Yeah, she got really confused. She got really confused.
In Barbados, when it came out, I used to live in Barbados, and it was they hired male strippers to go to the cinema on the last movie. My mom went. She was
Well,
like,
you
yeah,
would go with a male stripper.
No, they were just watching the movie, and at the end, some male strippers came out.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah.
I've seen so many manuscripts.
What a weird film experience.
I would have gone.
I mean, it's fun, but it's different. But
Also,
it's like,
I swear the books are like, I swear the last book is like, she decides that they're going to get married or something.
Yeah, they get married and she's a kid. Because it's based off of Twilight. It's fan fiction from Twilight. So it's like how
What
it...
happens in the last
it's
one?
something that was
They
written
have
on the internet
kids.
that never should have been put in a book.
I swear the book has punctuation errors in it.
Probably not. It went through quite a few.
No, I'm pretty sure when I
Yeah,
looked
when
at
you
it, when
read
I
it.
was literally 16, I was like,
You were still doing your GCSE.
yeah,
so,
exactly.
like,
That's
you were
why I was literally
underlining
there, like,
everything.
I was there like, this doesn't make sense.
They published it a few times. It was like once by like it was published straight from the fan fiction, and another time it was like
Yeah, I think I got the straight from the fan.
You got the
fiction.
early release.
I remember being like, this email has no punctuation in it. Where is this full stops?
To be fair, it's an email. Guess doesn't need punctuation. Yeah, that's just how they type.
Well, it feels kind of worrying.
This is not interesting for the viewers at all. I'm so
No,
sorry.
some bits are, some bits are.
I feel weird that Mrs. Grey is like.
Is there anything you want to add on dick pics before we go? Or I think we've done a pretty thorough job. And like, also, I just want to say thank you to both of you for helping.
Thank you.
I think we did some
Giving our expert advice.
Yeah.
And then this is probably going to be the wildest one I've done for a while.
Yeah.
We get that. We really do give that energy, don't we?
But I think it's fun as well. One of the most fun ones.
I hope that the editing isn't too hard for you.
I generally don't edit too much.
Oh, good.
Did you just shoot? I just got really scared. Raise your hand if you were scared.
But yeah, if you want to tell people where they can find you and all that stuff. Obviously, I'll link to all your social media as well.
I'm really bad at social media. Sabrina's much better. You do your socials.
Yeah, I'll post it. We followed each other the other day.
Yeah.
Okay,
You couldn't find him, could you?
I'll just flash it up on the screen for you.
It's Faye Angel.
Oh yeah, put my
Bitch, it's my turn. My promo. It's Faye Angel, and I haven't posted there for ages, and it's my art stuff as well. But I'm finishing a university degree right now. And I'm really busy.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna be on the degree team as well. That's the pipeline, you know. You finish your degree, get a
It's
first.
fine art. Let's not be too fucking.
Doesn't matter what it is. You finish the degree, you go, wow, did that, and then you carry on with sex.
Then you go on sex works. Then you do a master's, and you keep carrying on.
Yeah, and then you finish your masters. You look at labs, and you go, back to sex.
This podcast is my experiment with leaving, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how long that lasts before I'm.
It's so funny. It's just like magnet, innit? It's so bad.
It's such a
When you
nice
get paid,
lifestyle choice.
when you get paid
isn't it?
appropriately for your time, it's so hard to go back.
Yeah.
The problem for me is that I don't like working.
Same.
It's just I can make good money without working very hard. It's like I like my free time.
I like working, but I don't
holidays
like. I don't like working in a fucking I don't like working as a barista. I hate customers.
Yeah.
Fucking despise them.
Do you know the other thing I hate is
What?
I hate like anything in the physical world. Like I hate posting shit because like all modern businesses, it's like you either it's always like posting something on the internet and it's like I can't be doing with it. And yeah, email.
Oh my god, I thought you meant like physical post. I was like, I think I've posted one thing in my entire life.
No, I love posting letters. I think it's so
I have to phone
cute.
Cece.
I think it's a novel
to do
for
it.
you.
Sorry.
It's novel for you, though, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
It's like me sending a telegram.
I literally phoned my girlfriend. I'm like, oh, could you like post this for me? I don't
Bitch, we use a stamp.
Yeah, I don't understand how they work. Cece knows everything.
I used to have an Etsy shop and I used to post stuff from there, but I did not make a profit. It was really bad.
I'm just going to say thank you one more time, just so I can stop the camera.
Wait, my Instagram.
Oh yeah, your Instagram.
My Instagram is.
I record
now
the
it's
intro
matter.
I record the intro separately at home.
Oh wait, we have to do an
Okay,
intro.
so
We say our Instagrams and stuff. Okay, I don't need
No,
to say.
I do that separately at home, so I'll
Oh, okay.
So I do an introduction that's separate, just like with a
I'll
summary of
write
everything.
down my Instagram because it's spelled funny.
Yeah, but I'll put it on the screen, your social medias. So.
Yeah, my Instagram is really hard to find. It's SX Jade. You have to type in the whole thing. And it's private, it's a nightmare. Actually, no, do Sabrina Jade Babestation. There we go, classic. Sabrina Jade Babestation for Instagram, and then Twitter, you've got Sabrina Jade X.
I also have Twitter. I forgot what it is. I think it's Angel Delight Baby or something.
It's got like 2 L's.
Yeah, I always have 2 L's, but I've stopped posting on there because,
Uni.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that phase.
It's not
But in my,
Is it not allowed?
Oh, no, of course it's
no,
allowed.
you're just so busy.
I'm just, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I had it when I was doing my masters. I would book in 1 shift a week, and then literally the other days it would just be me in my bed doing uni work. And then I'd come to London on the Wednesday, have my 1 shift. It's just that final grind.